And maybe a little frustration from Goff as he'll turn and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Goff on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his 2nd NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, Goff. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff out left. He's got it to Everett. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. And whatever they said appears to have worked. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Get in the way.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's another drive. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Regular.
Here's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tiger. Tiger. 51, Mike 51. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Hey, wahoo.
Here's Goff. Dancing to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 11 yards there, first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years. Nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Henderson now on first and 10. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Check 26. Check. Hold on. Check.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Rams first down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Come on, fellas.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Brings up second and 11 at the Browns' 22-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
12. 58, Mike. Go. You ready? 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Goff now to throw. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Zerline's kick is up and through. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily none.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Alert, alert! Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 54.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's it. Big hit.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Joseph is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Let's go. Do it.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
The final shot before break here. Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Mayfield now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mayfield finding Beckham. 20! And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. They'll run with Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff is going to fire one deep over the middle. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Gurley again here on first down. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 49-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Right side complete. That's Woods. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup. On first down, Goff. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. And Zerline's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Get wild. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And just shedding him off there. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle, and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, Delta. You're not ready. You're not ready. And 58 is a Mike. Go, pistol. Get in with us. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Watch the curve.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Goff on 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Value 3, value 3. Safety creep. Undercut, undercut, undercut. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Out. 76, tell him. 76. 76. Turbo 7.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. This from long, very long range. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Let's go, let's go!
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get it.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
58, come on. 50. Go.
Here's Gone. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied.
Right 20. Right 58, right there. Yep. Watch the twist.
Now that'll be caught by Cup. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Wait, 20. You must be dreaming. 58, come on. 58, come on.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Gone. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. 12 yards there and a first down. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Just like that.
Again they run with Gurley. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT.
Brings up 3rd down.
Opening drive of overtime and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Out of the gun. Gone. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And Zerline's kick is good. And they have regained the lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all. because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Going up top. That's caught at the 25. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that.